So now I'm confused. Whose turn is it?
It's yours.
Coming up today on This Is True Really News, the Flathead Beacon Police Blotter.
Finally, a semblance of normality.
If you like normality, come with us.
Or Norman the Cow. You got to go all the
Either.
way back to City Slickers
nice.
for that, sorry.
Please like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News. Comment wherever you find us. And if you want to send us a story, do so to This Is True Really, no, to TITR@netradio.network.
CIC, but good shit. The TITR stands for This Is True Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we just go by TITR because, one, we get to say titter. And it's just shorter.
Yes.
And we're all about economy of word and phrase. Yes.
Sentence.
Not,
Paragraph.
not even close.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
Michelle, so remember we talked a little bit about government overreach?
Yep. A little bit.
Use your blinker, don't drive star-spangled hammered, and hocus pocus drive with focus will soon be a thing of history, thanks to federal regulators who say the slogans will no longer be appearing on highway signs across the U.S. as of 2026.
Why?
Oh, you must know why.
Yeah, because it's fun.
We all know that's the real reason.
Yeah.
U.S. Federal Highway Administration cracking down on the use of jokes and pop culture preferences in overhead electronic signs, arguing that the said messages distract drivers.
All messages distract drivers.
To a point,
You
yes.
Pack of pig. Stupid.
You're going to hurt. There's a blood vessel that's going to go, and then it'll be awful.
Where's JB when I need him?
Should have let you over that desk, by the way. Under the new guidelines, which were laid out in a new 1,100-page manual on America's signs and other traffic control devices, you knew it came from the feds.
Yeah, I had to.
Signs cannot display messages intended to be humorous or with pop culture references or anything that could diminish respect for the sign.
Oh, for God's sake.
Why does it see, now if this were in Canada, I would go, yep, that makes sense. Of course. The regulatory agency says that such messages can be misunderstood or, hang on, use your blinker, don't drive star-spangled hammered, hocus pocus drive with focus.
So they think people are too stupid to understand the signs.
Well, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And it would, diminish respect for an inanimate object.
Yep.
They say such messages.
Mm.
Anyway, the sign should be simple, direct, brief, legible, and clear. Should be used only for important information, such as warning drivers of crashes, weather conditions, and traffic delays. Seatbelt reminders and warnings about the dangers of speeding or driving impaired are also allowed, as long as they're not funny, I'm guessing. States across the country have embraced humorous signs. Illinois debuted a series related to marijuana after they legalized the drug in 2020. Got the munchies? Get food delivered. Don't drive high.
You know, it's interesting.
Yep.
It made me think. If it's not a federal roadway, screw them.
But I've seen very few of these off of federal road. Well, I suppose on some state highways.
Yeah.
Mississippi launched their first sign program in 2018. Cousin Eddie says Twitter's full. Put down the phone. The state also used references to the Star Wars Mandalorian. Baby Yoda uses the Force, but still needs a car seat. That's pretty good. Arizona, which has more than 300 electronic signs above its highways, the state transportation department has held a contest to find the funniest, most creative one for the last 7 years.
Good.
Last year's contest got 3,700 entries. The winners were seatbelts always pass a vibe check. And I'm just not that hip. And I'm just a sign asking drivers to use turn signals. Okay, that one's pathetically decent. And I can hear it that's the worst part. I can hear it in both voices.
Yes. Yeah.
Julia's And Hughes, both of them.
Yep, absolutely. The Flathead Beak. Oh, you're not done.
Our U.S. Morning Briefing breaks down the key stories of the day. This was one of them. The humor part of it, we kind of like. State Congressman David Cook, a Republican, told CBS 5 in Phoenix. Cook was a little critical of regulators' efforts to crack down on the messages, saying, "Why are you trying to have the federal government come in and tell us what we can do in our own state?" Prime example that the federal government is not focusing on what they need to be. Altogether now, federal overreach. We've seen it before, and
we'll see it again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The Flathead Beacon Police Blotter.
Oh, thank you.
Get ready. This one has a theme. Really? And the theme, well, actually, it has a couple of themes, and they dovetail into each other so beautifully. You ready?
Dovetailing themes.
8:03 a.m., 3 dogs were running around Kalispell.
Were they singing any songs?
Nope. 9:56
a.m. Joy to the world.
5 dogs escaped from their house in Lakeside.
So they killed the other 2.
11:32 a.m., a German Shepherd ran away from his home in Whitefish. 12:30 p.m., a Columbia Falls resident reported a very thin dog running around and eating snow. 2:07 p.m., a dog was running loose in a Kalispell cemetery.
Of course he was.
Now here comes the first dovetail. 3:38 p.m., a Kalispell resident reported seeing a ghost, which was just not a usual occurrence with her. Second dovetail, 4:02 p.m., someone complained to law enforcement about the dead deer at the local cemetery. See how that just... Dogs, cemeteries, and ghosts. I love it.
Oh, my. Lions and tigers and...
bears. Whoopie-doo.
Yeah, pretty much. So, Quincy, Illinois police, this happened in July.
Okay.
In Quincy, Illinois, police hunting for a rabbit.
Wabbit. Find a wabbit.
According to NBC Chicago, early on July the 6th, someone wearing a full bunny suit entered the Winner's Wash laundromat and rifled through drawers, stuffing several items into a backpack. Surveillance video caught the fuzzy culprit, who as yet has not been identified. And because we don't care and have a short attention span, I've been looking for updates and haven't found any yet. Although I am assured the Quincy police are hopping mad and still seeking leads.
Is it Jimmy Stewart's buddy?
Hopping mad. No, it's not Harvey.
No. Okay.
Because Harvey was invisible.
Okay. I'm just saying, maybe he got enough to eat and we can see him now.
No, he doesn't know you're here. Stupid wabbit.
This from Newsweek.
Yes.
January.
That's still around?
Yeah. January 15th, especially online.
I mean, I thought they sucked a long time ago. How are they still alive?
This one's pretty good. No, Texas residents were asked to avoid using large appliances such as washing machines to conserve energy as frigid temperatures threaten the state's power grid. The Electric Reliability Council of Texas, also known as ERCOT, which operates 90% of the state's electric load.
Could be more irksome, I think.
Urged residents to conserve energy ahead of tight conditions as bitterly cold conditions hit the Lone Star State. The cold weather was likely to lead to high demand for energy, and ERCOT webpage suggested Texans could conserve power by refraining from using large appliances. Other suggestions included lowering the thermostat by a degree or 2, turning off and unplugging non-essential lights and appliances, turning off unused lights and equipment in commercial offices, and turning off
somewhere warm
and turning off the heat at commercial businesses outside of operating hours. This is true really
This is trailing.
This is true really news team reporters may or may not have heard ERCOT suggest that once temps return to normal, Texans are strongly encouraged to run right out and buy an electric vehicle.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.